to Destiny Awaits, the podcast where you discover how to step into your identity. I'm your host, Andrea John, and I'm thrilled to embark on this journey of discovery with you. Each episode will explore profound insights and practical wisdoms drawn from stories, scriptures, and personal experiences. From unlocking your purpose to navigating the path toward your ideal vision, we'll uncover the threads that weave together autonomy, identity, purpose, and vision into the tapestry of your destiny. Together, we'll explore the nature of God and the essence of who you are, unveiling your destiny and igniting the spark of transformation. Whether you're seeking clarity, inspiration, or a roadmap to fulfill your calling, Destiny Awaits is your guide to living a life of purpose, passion, and profound impact. Join me as we embark on this empowering journey. Your destiny awaits, and it's time to unveil its magnificence. In the fall of 2016, God came to my rescue one morning while I was cooking breakfast. It was a day that God revealed himself as love to me. Not love the verb, love the noun, love the person. It's such a vivid memory, and I want to share it with you. Up until that point, 2015 and 2016 were the hardest years of my life. I had spent 12 years in an abusive relationship. But one day, while witnessing the aggressive behavior towards my own daughters, I was finally able to see, recognize, and admit the destructive life that I was living. And I was perpetuating a cycle of abuse in my daughter's life by allowing them to be a part of it and experience it. I needed answers, and I knew that God was the only way, so I did what I knew what to do, and I went on a fast for 21 days. During those 21 days, God helped me muster up the courage to leave that abusive relationship. What came after was the exposure of lies that I had been hiding for so long, and the extreme level of deception and betrayal could no longer be denied. It hurt. And it got really, really dark. At first, my relationship with God was in a good place. I could sense him helping me. I was surrounded by amazing people, and I knew that he put those people there. But every time there was a discovery of a truth, shame, bitterness, anger, and resentment, they all came knocking at the door. I was able to resist for quite a while. But man, that pain just got so hard, and I wanted it gone. After a while of shame, bitterness, and resentment knocking on my door so many times, it felt like they were my friends instead of intruders. And it got so dark that I just let them in because it felt comfortable. But the reality is that they were sent my way to prevent me from seeing the light and prevent me from seeing hope. My lowest point came one day when I was talking to my mom on the phone. And she was trying to comfort me like all moms do. She was telling me how God was with me and that the truth would come out. And I had all of this anger and resentment and bitterness living in me, that it all just created this pressure inside of my chest. And out of it came an explosion of words that said, I don't even know if I believe in God anymore. And I threw my phone across the room as hard as I could. The phone hit the wall and shattered into pieces. I shattered into pieces and fell to the floor crying. My poor mom on the other end of a disconnected phone, not knowing what happened. And God heard out of my mouth the words that shame and bitterness had been whispering in my heart. God doesn't exist, and evil always wins. All of our hearts were broken that day, and I was left in this place of hopelessness. I had never felt such darkness my whole life. But God, he always has the last word. A couple weeks later, I woke up, and I have a morning ritual till today. So before I went to go cook my breakfast, I decided to log onto Facebook. I hadn't been on social media for several months for safety reasons, but it was, starting to look okay. So I go and log on. And the first post I see is from my dad. And it's a video of my sister-in-law singing a worship song called At the Cross. And I love her voice. She has an amazing voice. So I turned up my speaker on my computer, and I went into the kitchen, which was nearby, and I started listening to the song. And this guy starts singing, and it was great, like these people have amazing voices. But something happened when my sister-in-law opened her mouth, and when she started singing, I felt this overwhelming presence come over me. Friends, it was God. More accurately, it was love. It felt like this warm, weighted blanket, and it was just so heavy and cozy, and I couldn't resist, and I fell to my knees. There I was in front of my stove with love's arms wrapped around me as tears poured from my eyes, and I felt so cozy in this warm blanket made of the fabric of love, and it just covered me, and it lifted every burden, it calmed every nerve, and it set me free from this fear that had paralyzed me my entire life. And as God revealed his love to me in my heart, I could hear him saying, Andrea, I have always been with you. I've been here all along. The other amazing thing was that I could hear people all around me praying, and I knew my mom was a part of that. And it was just amazing to hear all those prayers and to know that God was answering their prayers in that morning. That glorious morning, love met me in my kitchen, and he transformed and restored me back to the way he originally designed me. The depth of the revelation that love unveiled in my heart was so profound that I haven't been the same ever since that morning. That's when my journey began, and I'll be on this adventure for the rest of my life and probably well past my lifetime. And I'm just so glad that you've chosen to join me on this journey. One of the biggest revelations that I had that morning was that although I had grown up in church, gone to thousands of church services and thousands of Sunday school classes, I attended seminary, and I knew the Bible because I studied the Bible. I realized that I didn't know God. I knew about God. I knew of God, but this God who showed up in my kitchen, I didn't know him because the God I knew wanted nothing to do with me. I was a mess. My life was in shambles, and he wouldn't want anything to do with me. But God is love, and he came and showed me that he wanted everything to do with me. While I was surrendered on my knees, I could clearly see God in who he is as love. The words, they're hard. It's hard to describe what God revealed to me that day, and I've been working on it, and that's why I have this course, because I've been working on putting the words to what God revealed to me, because I want everyone to experience God. I want everyone to experience love, not just a one-time experience, but to have a relationship with him, because that's what he desires. So that's where our journey begins, with God, because knowing him is the foundation to everything. It's where everything begins, and it's where everything ends, and everything in between is with him. He is the essence of everything, and he is crucial. We must know him, not just know about him, not just know of him, but know him. I even knew his works very well, but I didn't know him. And after seeing him, all I wanted was to know him better and better. I know I'll never get to a place where I can say I know all of him, but man, the adventure and the journey of getting to know him is priceless. And it really is about the journey and not about the destination. So let's begin with a discovery that I have found that's foundational and necessary for us to move on, because without this treasure, every other discovery we make is going to lack beauty and luster. God doesn't just love. God is love. Who he is love. And you're going to hear me say that a lot because it's true and it's powerful. There's nothing about him apart from his love. He doesn't exist without love because he is love. And love wouldn't exist without him because love is God. When he breathed into the nostrils of man, God breathed love into the fabric of every single human being. When God embraced me that morning in my kitchen, it was as if a blanket covered me, that fabric of love. God is love. And when he made man, love also became part of our DNA. When a human loves, it's the expression of God through humanity. God is love. There's no way that he cannot love you. It would go against his nature. Everything God does is motivated by love. Even his disciplines, his judgments, and his wrath, they all come out of his love. Love, it's a 4-letter word that carries immense power, depth, and mystery. It's an emotion and it's a decision. It's a noun and it's a verb. Love transcends all dimensions and it's eternal. Love, it's a simple, common word, but its true nature is often misunderstood. While the dictionary defines love as a deep affection for someone, I had an encounter that revealed to me the true definition of love. God is love, and love is God. Therefore, if we want to know what love is and what it looks like, we can look to God. Instead of starting off defining love and then applying it to God, we can look to who God is and then define love. Because God is love, therefore he defines love, not the other way around. We see this in John 4, 7 through 21. But for now, together, let's read verse 16. And this is from the Passion Translation. We have come into an intimate experience with God's love, and we trust in the love he has for us. God is love. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Destiny Awaits. I hope the insights shared today have resonated with you and inspired you to take meaningful steps towards your destiny. Remember, your life is a journey. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the victories, and stay committed to living a life that reflects the image and likeness of God. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to Destiny Awaits on your favorite podcast platform or YouTube and leave a review. Your feedback fuels our mission to empower and encourage others like you on their path to living their best life. Until next time, keep shining bright and living your destiny. This is Andrea signing off from Destiny Awaits. Take care and remember, your destiny awaits.